Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. Tonight, Jake and I are sitting down to wrap some Christmas gifts and chat with you guys. The house has been cleared of our children. They are over at my brother's having a sleepover and spending time with cousins, and so we are going to wrap not some, but all of our kids' gifts in one night, and we will sit down and answer some questions and just have a fun, lighthearted video while we get our wrapping done. So grab your gifts and get some wrapping done with us. I want to thank Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. More on Skillshare here in a second. As we look ahead to the new year, after Christmas comes the new year. I know a lot of you guys are thinking about ways that you might be able to turn a hobby into some type of income generating work, whether that be on an Etsy store, on social media, on a YouTube channel, and Skillshare has tons of classes for you. So more on that here in a second, but I'm going to go upstairs and start bringing down all of the presents. Obviously, we've had to keep those in places until we were ready to wrap them. So we're gonna do that first, and then we'll sit down and chat, and I hope you guys enjoy wrapping gifts with us. All right, we got all the gifts out, and as you guys know, if you watch my channel, we do a different wrapping paper for each kid, so that way under the tree, no one knows whose gifts are whose until Christmas morning. So I'll show you guys the wrapping paper that we're gonna be using. Will you pass me that one, please? So we have white wrapping paper with gold Christmas trees. Then I have this really cute vintage print, this pink and candy canes. Then I have just like red and white. And then back here is the silver one. And I got all of my wrapping paper this year from Home Goods. They have the best wrapping paper. I shared it in a day in the life, but it cuts so easily and so smoothly, and so I just love being able to grab that there. So every child will have their own wrapping paper. We wrap all of their gifts in that one paper. So we are going to get started with wrapping things. I am not going to be showing what I'm wrapping. I'm just going to be wrapping, and we're going to be chatting. So that's what we're going to be doing here. Before we get any farther into today's video, I do want to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this wrap and chat. If you guys have not heard about Skillshare, they are an online platform for all types of creatives. There are endless classes available on Skillshare for you to learn a new skill, to advance a hobby, or to potentially turn something you enjoy doing into actual income for your family. Skillshare's classes are taught by professionals in the industry, and there are so many. So if you are wanting to open up an Etsy store, start a business on social media, or narrow down something that you've got a creative idea for, there will be a class for you on Skillshare to check out that will help you move forward toward those goals in the new year. So if you want to check out Skillshare, I will put a link down below for you guys. The first 500 people to click that link and take advantage of the offer will get a 1-month free trial to Skillshare, but all that information will be down below. One of the classes that I took on Skillshare that I think a lot of you guys would really love, I don't want to mispronounce her name, is by Mariana Listosa, and it is how to successfully self-publish a children's book. Now, I am not getting ready to publish a children's book, but I was definitely curious on how people do this. Being in the homeschooling space online, I've seen a lot of women who are homeschooling moms become authors, and nicely many of you have also stated that I should consider that, and so I was curious about this for that particular reason, and her class was so great. So if you have ever wondered the same thing, how do authors self-publish? I cannot recommend her class enough. There's so many classes, like I said, on Skillshare for all different different types of businesses. If you even want to start your own store, the e-commerce space, there's just so many good things on there that will spark your creativity and give you very helpful tips and tricks and information that you need to be successful in the All right, you guys, we're gonna start wrapping and chatting. This is not going to be very formal at all because this is a real life night where we need to actually get wrapping done. Behind me, you can see like 100 million Yeti cups. That is what Jake bought for his squad. So there's literally 14 cups sitting back there that we are going to be bagging up tonight, but not before we get the kids' stuff taken care of. So I got all my questions on Instagram, and so we are going to get started. So I asked for bonus points for lighthearted, funny questions because this is a Christmas Q&A, and a lot of times Q&A videos can get very deep, and so I was grateful for the lighthearted nature of these questions. So the first one is, do you still have your old CDs from back in the day, and what would be in that CD case? I love this question. I had my CDs until not very long ago. Do you remember where they went, the CD cases? Like the folder we had? I feel like we had them just up until we got this new Suburban.
Yeah.
I may have.
Oh, because we don't have a CD player.
Yes, that's it. I had them until we got this car. Which how long ago did we get it?
2 years ago.
So that's actually
what is that?
Not getting wrapped. So when we bought our new Suburban, this Suburban does not have a CD player. It's the first car that we've ever had that doesn't have a CD player, which is so weird. And so since we weren't gonna have a CD player, I went ahead and got rid of them. What was in my CD case was a lot of burned CDs that I made myself, a lot of Ashley's mixtapes that included large varieties of rap and a healthy dose of emo punk. And I had some NSYNC, I had some Lindsay Lohan, I had some Jason Mraz, I had some Tim McGraw, I had some Ashley Simpson, I had some 98 Degrees, I had some Tupac Shakur, I had, what else did I have in there? Oh, what was that one guy's name that dated Ashley Simpson? Ryan Cabrera.
Oh, yeah.
I had Ryan Cabrera. What did you have?
A lot of country and burn. Jake's hip-hop mix.
Lots of burned CDs from Office Max. Remember how you would buy those stacks of blank CDs, and that was like an incredible feeling to burn your music onto those and then have all your favorite songs. I had a lot of 50 Cent too. So yeah, that was what was on there. So funny. And then like rounded out with Martina McBride. Like there was just no rhyme or reason. The next question we have here is one thing from the 90s you want to come back into style. This made me laugh so hard because 90s style is obviously all the rave right now. And there's a lot of it that I could honestly do without. I have to say though that I do really enjoy a lot of the shoes from the 90s that like I never thought that I would, you know, like I'm enjoying Birkenstock sandals, which I feel like were very popular in the 90s. I never had real ones, but I do like them, and so that's kind of fun. I also never thought I would like Birkenstock clogs, but turns out I like those too. So I feel like I like a lot of the shoe choices from the 90s. I can't say that there's any specific like style thing that I wore in the 90s that I really liked, because honestly the clothes were terrible. They were terrible. What about you? Is there anything from the 90s you would like to come back style wise?
Are Airwalks back? Remember Airwalks?
What were those?
Like a skate shoe.
Oh no, I don't know those. I thought you were talking about the pants that you would rip away that were like buttons and they were like literally opening.
Like tearaway?
Yeah, you know those?
Yeah.
I had those.
That'd be convenient.
What? No one can see you, just your foot. Your foot is here. Here he is. Okay. So that, I like the shoes from the 90s. We're gonna go with that. Jake.
But I feel like all the 90s stuff is coming back.
I know,
So,
like flannels, but
Yeah.
I love a flannel, so I'm kind of glad that that's back.
Yeah, or like Vans. were
Your
popular.
arm is only here.
Oh, Vans were popular in the 90s. They never left.
Well, I think they did leave, but they've just come back. All right, here's a good one. I'll let you take the lead on this one. A story from when your kid embarrassed you as a parent. Example, tooting out in public. Do you have a story you can think of a child embarrassing you like when they were little? I'm putting my hair up because I'm getting serious.
I don't remember.
What? I thought for sure you were gonna have a good one.
They never really embarrassed me.
That's because you think everything is funny.
Yeah.
Landon never said anything that was slightly embarrassing. I feel like if a kid did it, it was gonna be him. Didn't he make a comment about like a big woman one time? Out loud?
Ooh, I don't know. I mean, I guess he did pull his pants down in public at that carnival.
Tell that story.
We were at Kylie's elementary school, pre-homeschool, and Landon decided to drop his pants and expose the world to little Landon.
Because he needed to go to the bathroom.
But your brother was there and did the
Landon.
shaving for us.
Yeah. That's a funny one.
When you asked that, I don't know if the kids did it, but remember that old man verbally berated me for having the kids in the shopping cart
Yeah.
in Costco?
That wasn't the kids. That was some grumpy old guy.
Yeah.
I can't really think of a time that one of my kids embarrassed me out in public either. My children have made me mad out in public.
Yeah.
But I can't think of a time when I was like super embarrassed and I had to like leave quickly and run away because I was so embarrassed. I can't think of one. I'm sorry. Maybe it's been too long and you know, we have that
decades ago.
that mom amnesia where you forget these things.
They never embarrassed us.
I really don't think they did though, but I also think that's because Jake and I are not easily embarrassed.
I think we're also covered up, like when Landon would always poop in the pool. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
It's like, but you take care of it before anyone knows about it.
Yeah. Oh my. Okay, I'm not telling that story.
Landon.
All right. I have your pen right here. Here you go. Let's see. How do you feel about friend groups? Do you have a tight-knit group of couples?
Yes.
Now, can I use your pen, please? Now we do. Jake and I have had like seasons of friendships, and sadly, many of our close friends, like where we were both friends, like Jake was friends with the husband, I was friends with the wife, and then like we all just enjoyed each other's company. They were all military families and in the Air Force, and they ended up moving away. It actually happened to us twice. With people that we were like doing life with.
Yeah.
So very close, like people that found out I was pregnant before we even told anybody else. So that was really hard. I feel like if they all lived here still, we would have, you know, obviously a lot more memories. And so we had to kind of start over from ground zero a few years ago, probably around like 2015. And it was a little rough, but we do now have two couples that we are close friends with, where everybody likes each other. The kids all like each other. The husbands like each other. The wives like each other. The husbands enjoy talking with the other wives too. Like everyone just gets along really well. I think it's awesome, but I also think like it can be not so awesome, and we've experienced both. So that's made us very aware of red flags and things that we probably looked over that we maybe shouldn't have looked over in the past. And so to summarize it, it's made us very picky about who we invest our time with. But I'm very grateful for our friends now.
We have a good core. You don't want too many. It's hard to keep up.
Yeah.
With a lot of people.
And it's just hard to intimately know like that many people. Who can do that, you know? So, yeah.
It is important though.
You think it's important?
If you have good core of friends.
Mm-hmm. But if you don't, I would just pray, and
Yeah.
I would just.
It'll go your way, because each time those families that we were close with did move away, we were like, how are we ever gonna meet?
Yeah, there'll be never another one like that.
Good families, like that was the first time, like devastated, and then like
The
shortly
Lord's
after,
faithful.
and then it's just crazy how it works out like that.
And there were also like in that season of really missing that closeness we had with that family. Can I use your scissors? I don't know where I put mine. We attempted to really cultivate community and like start small groups and host small groups and do all that, like what, you know, churches will tell you to do. And that never worked out for us, ever. It was actually quite a nightmare. So we've never made close friends through a small group situation at church, and we have tried so many times. Now our close friends now are both Christians, and I do think that does have to obviously be you know, up there if you're going to be in close fellowship with another family. But we did not meet them through church. So the times we've tried to meet friends and do the whole fellowship model that a church will promote, we've never been successful in that area. We've been burned a lot, but we've never made good friends in that way. So hopefully that helps you if you're feeling slightly alone or frustrated with your situation. All right, I love this question. This one's from Ginny, so make it good for her. What is your favorite camping trailer memory? No, this is not for the membership. This is for everybody.
Okay.
What is your favorite camping trailer memory?
Every camping trip with Ginny.
Aw, that's so nice. No, really, what's your favorite memory that we've made?
Favorite trip or
Memory, specific memory.
Ooh. I like traditions, so how we do an annual camping trip in that certain location every year is fun. Like, because you look forward to it every year. I think the kids do too. So
That's your favorite memory?
Establishing memories.
Wow.
But like of an incident. I don't know, they've been also fun. Like, they all have such unique experiences. I mean, I guess like the most unique was driving the road to the sun in Glacier. Was really cool. Like, pretty remarkable experience, being able to like drive my family on those cliffs.
My favorite camping RV memory so far was the first time we walked up and saw Mount Rushmore. That was just such a like mind-blowing thing for me to see it, you know, growing up in all the textbooks, and then to literally walk up on it and see it with my own eyes. So that is definitely one of my favorite camping trailer memories. Favorite Disney ride on each coast. So at Disneyland, what's your favorite ride?
Thunder Mountain.
Thunder Mountain. And at Disney World?
Avatar, which is called
Flight of Passage.
Yeah.
In Animal Kingdom. Those are your faves?
Yep.
My favorite at Disneyland is Thunder Mountain as well, followed with a close second of Splash Mountain if it's warm outside. My favorite ride at Walt Disney World is probably going to be Expedition Everest in Animal Kingdom. I really like that one, and I also really like Slinky Dog Coaster in Hollywood Studios. So those are mine. I like a roller coaster, but I can't really do upside down, and I can't do motion or any type of like thing like that. So when I find like a good old-fashioned roller coaster that I can have fun on with my kids, because they're all older, so riding roller coasters is like necessary to make memories with them. Those are my favorite.
But the Tron ride.
Tron was awesome.
I'll be excited to go back on that one.
Yeah, that was cool. It was just really fast.
It was fast. I mean, like, it got done fast.
Yes. Also fast, but it was over quickly too.
Yeah.
Okay, here you go. This is a question for both of us, but I feel like this, she says this has been a debate for 20 years in their house. Are you ready to settle their debate?
No pressure.
Pie with ice cream, eat it with a fork or a spoon.
Oh. I do a fork.
I'm going spoon.
That's
So we're a house divided. We are not any help.
But I also am not particular, so whatever's available.
You don't care?
I don't care.
There's no right or wrong way in your mind?
You don't.
But I mean, if I see a fork and I see a spoon and I'm having pie with ice cream, I'm going to choose the spoon.
That's funny.
And you're going to choose the fork.
I never thought about that.
That's funny. What is your coffee order? Oh, I change it up every day. I change it every...
That's correct.
No.
Oh.
That is need.
Oh, need.
I change up my coffee order when I order coffee out. I do not get the same thing every time. Jake, do you have a specific coffee order that you order? Every time? Or almost every time. What are your go-tos when you order coffee out?
The go-to is just a venti iced coffee with half and half. No syrup.
That's at Starbucks.
Yeah.
Okay. Scissors.
But for a treat, I like the seasonal drinks, like the PSL.
The pumpkin spice.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like, but I love coffee places
that are not Starbucks.
That are individually owned.
Yeah.
And I try their special coffees. If this is like honey and cinnamon, some sort of latte, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
That's my favorite combination.
And Jake and I both do not like sweet coffees. So a lot of people like to have coffee like it's a dessert, and we don't like that. Like, I want to taste the coffee beans. Break to actually wrap some things. I've wrapped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've wrapped 8 gifts, and Jake has wrapped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've both done about 8. So we're making good progress. But I did take a pause to do that. Jake is wrapping to the right of the camera, so if you hear the crinkle and the crisp of paper, that is what is happening there. This next question is, which kid is most like you both? So I would say the child that is most like me. This is hard because there's characteristics of them all that I can see myself in. So I don't know, maybe which kid of ours do you think is most like me?
Landon.
Mm-hmm. And I would say Caleb is most like Jake. I think it's easier to see in others, you know, than versus yourself. So if you could pick up one new hobby this year, what would it be? A new hobby. I don't know. I really have no idea. Have you ever thought about that?
Learning to play the guitar.
Play
Yeah,
an
if I had,
instrument if you had time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say maybe get good at like painting or watercoloring. Like, I don't even know if I would enjoy that, but I am just not artistic at all. I'm creative, but I'm not artistic. So maybe that would be my new hobby. Favorite Christmas cookies. What's your favorite Christmas cookie?
Gingerbread.
Your mom's.
My mom's cookie,
Yeah. I'm gonna say his mom's gingerbread, but I also really, really love these funfetti cookies my oldest daughter makes. They are so good. They're like buttery and kind of salty, but soft, and I love funfetti or birthday cake type stuff, so they're so good. So I have to say those I love his mom's gingerbread, and I also love those cookies my daughter has made a few times. Who is more of a spender? So I spend more money because I'm in charge of buying everything for everyone for our house. But I think Jake is more of a spender on like stuff if he were to just lose all self-control.
Yeah, probably.
But I spend more money because I buy the kids' shoes when they need them. I do all the grocery shopping. So if you look at who spends more money every month, it's me. But it's because I'm buying everything for the needs of our household. Jake individually spends very little money. But I think like personality-wise, I don't know.
I don't know.
But you also are
I
like,
binge.
yeah, you go in waves.
Yeah. Like, remember I was like, I'm not spending another $1 till Christmas. And I hit like a log.
Yeah. Jake loves like disciplining himself, and then when we're like on vacation, then it's like, oh baby, all bets are off. But he also will only spend money on things that he really likes. Like, he's not wasteful either. So I don't know. I think we're both very balanced. When we know we're going on vacation, we're going on a trip, and we're going to want to go shopping, then we plan for that and save for it. So it's never like he goes to the store and comes home and I'm like, why did you spend that money? And he's never had to say that to me
How about
either.
the same? Like, what did you buy that for? We don't need this.
Yeah.
No.
No. So I don't know. Maybe we're kind of equal.
There's no frivolous spending.
There's no frivolous spending, but there's also like, if we want to get something or we need something, then we do it, and it's kind of balanced in that area.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that's arrived of mine that you didn't know was coming.
No. But I also laugh when I see everything you put in the Amazon cart. Do we like doing home projects together?
Hold on, I don't know what this is.
What was that?
It's a game.
Which?
Landon. Want?
Yes. With the little SD card on top. Let's see. Where was I?
Home projects.
Oh yeah. Do we like doing home projects together?
Yeah.
You do?
That's fun.
You like doing them with me?
I
always feel like your attention to detail and my wanting to get everything done at lightning speed is kind of a conflict.
Well, I can't do both the same. I have to like listen to something and do
No,
the
but
project.
does the fact that I like to get everything done pretty quickly bother you?
No. They bother me.
I don't think he's telling the truth right now. I would say we like to do home projects together, but we both kind of like have our roles.
Yeah, you're like realistic. You're like, I'd like to get this done this. I'm like, that's gonna take like a long time.
I'm unrealistic or I'm realistic?
Depends on the project, I guess.
But also, like, Jake is content to never change anything again ever in the house. Not a piece of furniture, not a shade of paint, not a light fixture. Like, he does not. I think you enjoy the home that I create, but you're not like, you're good with how it is, and it could be like this for 30 more years.
I made a joke tonight. I said I gotta change that wall soon because it's been a few years.
Yeah. But like for painting and stuff, you know, he'll do the edging and then I'll do the rolling. So we'll do it together, but we're not like both working on the same thing at the same time.
Oh yeah, no.
I do my job, he does his job. When he's done other things, like with his dad, when they did this shiplap wall behind me, I wasn't even here for that. But when it came time for us to like put our baseboards back on and caulk and paint them, like I'm doing cleanup and he's doing his roll. So we work well together, but just kind of like each independently on our own thing for a collective goal. Is there anything you regret from your youth? Well, that is not a fun or a lighthearted question. I always personally really struggle with the word regret because I believe wholeheartedly in God's sovereignty, and I know that God was protecting me through many times of poor decision making on my behalf, simply because I was never taught better, and I didn't know that there was better. But I don't look upon those things with regret because I see what God has done through that. And I would not be the mom I am, the woman I am, without those difficult experiences that were some of my own, like some of my consequence for the sin that I was choosing, but also some of it was natural sin. It was just what I was born into and I had no option. So I don't look upon those things with regret. I don't wish that I didn't do the things that I did, even if they were terrible at the time, because now I have so much wisdom having walked through that, and it's my testimony, and it's how I'm able to speak to my children, my teenagers, in the way that I do, and I just see what God has done. He works all things together for good for those who are called according to his purposes, and that is just the absolute truth with my life. So how can I look on something that I did that was a bad decision, or even just something that was like absolutely crazy that I was thinking or doing or something like that, and look on that with regret when I see what God has done with it that's made it good? So I don't regret things. Do I wish that I could have potentially had a different experience in my childhood? Sure, at moments. But then again, if I would have had the quintessential childhood, there would have been no way that I was ready to be married when I was married and have children when I had children. And so it's like everything has led to the next thing. So I can't really regret anything. Do you regret anything?
That's a good explanation, because I always live in regret. But then when you were talking, I was thinking like, maybe all my, like, living that, all the stuff I regret of growing up and wasting time and doing those sinful behaviors, maybe we'll save the kids or the boys specifically, because I went through the experience for them.
Yeah, and you can minister to
And
them.
I was like, wow.
All things
Thankful.
for good. Yeah.
But I usually always like, I wish I didn't do this. I'm like, you're never like that. It's more like me that does that.
Good question. Hope that answers it for you. Making a rapid turn left. What style or fashion choice did you personally have in the past that makes you absolutely cringe now? Okay, I'll give you a few of mine. So the first one is jersey dresses. Basketball jerseys, but length dresses. That was a phase that I went through. Another phase that makes me absolutely cringe is low-rise pants that were so low you could not move without exposing your rear end. So the low-rise pants, just horrible. And even on my thin teenage frame, like just not a good look for anybody. That definitely makes me cringe thinking about that. What else did I wear that was just so cringy? Oh, these, they were gaucho pants. I wore them a lot when I was pregnant. They had a fold over waist and they were like flowy.
They look comfortable.
They were comfy, but they were so ugly. Now all the pregnant moms are so cute. Do you have any fashion choices that were horrid?
Can I slide into?
Yeah, here he comes. Sliding into the Q&A, not the DMs.
I feel bad for the pregnancy clothes that you had to wear.
Thank you for your sympathies.
Like only motherhood.
Yeah, it was awful.
And it was like really expensive.
And the nursing bras that were like, oh, now they're like lace and beautiful.
Clip.
Oh, terrible. What's a style choice you had that was so bad?
I feel like when we look at, like when they were like young, I'm like, what am I wearing?
What were you wearing?
Like an oversized plain t-shirt.
And what?
I don't know, just regular jeans.
Okay.
But there was like no, I don't know. There was no fit
no...
to it. It was
It was a bad period.
Very strange.
I don't
know why I wore those.
I don't recall that.
Or like the tight V-necks.
Ooh, yeah.
What is
really
that?
bad.
Of every color.
Yes.
Why a V-neck colored shirt?
Oh, also remember like when we met in the club clothes, like how you always had those like loafer type shoes.
Oh yeah. Leather shoes.
Leather
Steve Madden leather shoes.
And then the open Guess from Guess.
Yeah, patterned.
With some
weird,
little chest hair exposed right here. But like open, like this, but
with no sugar.
Yeah, that was rough. There he's gone again. Also, halter tops. Halter tops were not cute. They always left like a really bad pain on your neck because and tube tops, no straps at all.
Yeah.
Remember those dresses, the Juicy Couture?
Yeah, I heard Juicy's coming back.
I'm sure it is, but it is ugly. All right, here's a good one. This is meant to be lighthearted, so nobody get offended, okay? What is something that your spouse does that bugs you, meant for fun, only like pet peeves, not like deep relational issues, okay? We're staying on the surface here.
I speak quietly on camera.
Oh, he's a victim. The amount of people who were so rude to me on the gift guide video because I told him, talk louder. He has a naturally quiet tone. And one time we were filming a video together and I got so many comments about how they couldn't hear him. So this time I was like, be louder. And people were leaving me the rudest comments ever. He is okay with me telling him to turn up his volume.
Yep.
Wow, I was not prepared for that. What's a pet peeve? What's something I do that's on the surface that drives you nuts?
You tell me to speak louder on camera.
Stop saying that. Really?
You walk really fast.
That bothers you?
No, it doesn't bother me. But like, you used to like pet peeves. But like, it's funny.
Oh, I know.
It's funny.
I know something that you hate.
When I like to just meander in a store and look through things, you do not want to look through things.
That's...
places
So
to be.
you're saying that's my pet peeve about you?
No, like I'm bothered that you're bothered about me.
So one of my pet peeves in life in general is chewing, loud chewing, lip smacking, people showing their food when they chew, and just mouth noises in general. So that's a pet peeve of mine, and Jake sits next to me at the dinner table. So unfortunately, I'm keenly aware of every open mouth chew that he commits, and it drives me nuts. So that's one for me, mouth chewing, but it's not just him, it's everyone in general. If you eat at my table, I know if you're a good, polite, proper eater, and if you're not, like, I know. And so that's one of mine. Another one of mine is having to say the same thing 150,000 times. reminding. That drives me nuts.
I only said one.
Okay, we'll stop there.
Just good with one.
Those are just surface. They're silly. They, it's fine. Let's see. Someone's asking about graduation plans next year. I can't talk about that. That is death to my heart right now. I can't. Favorite gift you've received from each other? Well, have I ever given you a gift that absolutely blew your mind?
You always sneak in surprises every year. That blew my mind.
Mm-hmm. Any?
No.
It's because he tells me everything he wants.
I am so particular, and she knows if she veers from it, I'm like, wow, Christmas is lame this year.
Jake very much wants me to get him everything on his list.
But she knows the type of stuff I like, but so she'll sneak surprises that I didn't necessarily ask for, that she noted 8 months ago that I said, oh, I like this. And I won't remember it until I open it. So those are good. Like, you always do that. Like, you find a way.
That you like something.
Right. But if you go, like, completely off the wall,
you're going to hate
I'm,
it.
like, confused.
This one is funny. Who was your celebrity crush growing up? I had many. I had a lot of phases. Okay, so right off the top, Jonathan Taylor Thomas. I was a big fan.
This is like way back.
I was a big fan.
Okay.
I was also a big fan of Brad Pitt, the older man.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of Ryan Philippe. I was a big fan of him as well. And then I was in a strong Justin Timberlake era for a while.
This is funny.
Those were probably my top 4. Oh, and then there, Ryder Strong. I did like him in Teen Beat, and there was posters on
I don't
my
even know
wall.
who that is.
Well, let me find him.
That's okay.
His name was Sean. I'll find him. Go ahead. Who were your celebrity crushes growing up?
I was like dating myself.
Come on.
Remember, I think it was Singled Out on MTV with Jenny McCarthy.
Jenny McCarthy.
Oh yeah.
Look, okay, so here's Sean Hunter. That was his fictional name, but his real name was Ryder Strong.
From
Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World.
Loved him.
Yeah.
Look at that 90s hair.
Seems like a nice guy.
Okay, so those are mine. Oh, I also had a brief moment of Leonardo DiCaprio in Titanic when I was like 8 or something. Yeah. Okay, Jenny McCarthy, I can see it. You really liked that show for lots of reasons. I remember what they did on that show.
I don't know. It was like a game show, wasn't it?
Didn't they spray water into the crowd and stuff?
No. It was like they
T-shirts.
had like ask questions, I think, and like process of elimination, and then they would like get linked together. She was just like the host of it.
Okay, Jenny McCarthy. Who else?
Yep. I think every young man loved Pamela Anderson in high school, but then Britney Spears came on the scene.
Pamela Anderson and Britney Spears. If he could only see her now on the Instagram. Jake doesn't have Instagram.
Yeah, in my mind, they look like what they did 20 years ago.
If he saw what Britney is doing on Instagram, it is absolute mental.
But what celebrity crush now is still like crush worthy?
None.
Like none, right?
I mean, I do think Brad Pitt, for his age, still looks very nice. Like, he's aging as a nice looking older man.
Still handsome.
But now knowing like what he thinks, it just ruins everything.
Yeah,
so
weird.
he's got to go.
So social media was a downfall for celebrities. Before, you had this facade made up for them, but now you know their personality. Like, oh gosh,
they're just old.
Whoa,
they're old.
But like now, celebrities post like their feelings and thoughts, which they shouldn't do, because then you just learn like, oh wow,
everything.
This is weird.
Okay, we'll end it here on this one. Favorite childhood memory from Christmas. I think we did this one last year. Didn't we?
I don't remember this question.
Okay. I'll start. One of my favorite childhood memories from Christmas was the year that I got something that I actually put on my list. And I know that that sounds absolutely terrible, but I always had Christmas gifts. So I never like woke up to nothing on Christmas. So I'm not saying that. But every year as a kid, I would make a Christmas list. And every year I would not get any specific thing on that list. Like nothing. My mom would just go pick out gifts or whatever on her own. And I don't remember a lot of Christmases, but I do remember the one time that I woke up and the specific doll that I wanted was in the specific fake playpen that I wanted. I can still remember the pattern of it. And it was like propped up over the edge and it was unwrapped because Santa had left it outside the tree. And I remember that distinctively. I was so happy about that. And I also remember, I think it was like that Christmas or the Christmas right after that, that I wanted a, what were they called? The phones that charged? A cordless phone. A cordless phone in my bedroom.
Yeah.
And I wanted this specific teal one that had butterflies on it. And I got that phone and I was so happy. So
You have a good memory.
those are some material good memories from Christmas because that's all I can think of. That's all I can grasp for right now. It's like, it's just not there for me. So that's what I can think of. What about you?
Like specific?
Just, it doesn't even have to be
Okay.
a gift, but just like a memory of Christmas when you were a kid that you loved.
So my parents did like, until they got divorced, same routine every year, so it was tradition. Specifically, I remember like my older sister or Amber would play. We had these like Santa and Mrs. Claus salt and pepper shakers, but we would play like, she would play house with me like with these characters.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Every year?
Yeah.
So did you like do a show for your parents?
No,
or?
just like we would just play pretend. But she was 4 or 5 years older than me, so she was really like playing with her little brother.
And you loved it.
And then my mom had like it was a homemade like gingerbread house made out of yarn, and you're supposed to put candies in there. I don't even know if she still has it, but that would be like their house and stuff.
That's funny.
I make her play it every year.
Every year. When did you stop playing that?
When my parents got divorced.
Oh, and so that's going to be it, you guys, for this wrap and chat. I want to thank you for watching today's video. I hope you got some wrapping done with me. And if you already had your wrapping done, then I hope you enjoyed listening to Jake and I answer some questions. Make sure you guys check out the links to Skillshare down below. Take advantage of that offer that is only available through the link down in the description box. Merry Christmas, and thank you so much for watching. Bye, friends.